Through our organizations, FundamentalHumanRights.Org and Honorable People, Honorable Nation, we have launched our Protect Our Posterity initiative. This is an introduction to our video programming that addresses the fact that the United States Constitution specifically names our unborn descendants to receive the exact same blessings and benefits from the Constitution and this nation as ourselves. Please watch our full videos that provide more details and join us in protecting our posterity, our unborn descendants, the second group named right alongside us in the Constitution as the intended recipients of all this nation does and is. The statement of purpose of the United States Constitution: we, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
Hi, this is Dan Devlin for the Detective Dan Devlin Show, Honorable People, Honorable Nation. I want to take this opportunity to talk to the pastors and, the Christian community. Someone has asked you to watch some videos, this being just an introduction to those videos. Those videos are going to deal with a subject that I believe is really important to most Christians. That is what's happening with the issue of abortion here in the United States today. Many of you have been involved in this issue and either protested at various clinics, written your congressman, addressed officials, expressed your concern about what we're doing in the destruction of these, our unborn descendants. But this all started, as you recall, with a situation with the United States Constitution. The Supreme Court case Roe versus Wade is the one that really established what they're calling this right of women to be able to destroy a child in the womb. And I'm using those terms because I'm not backing away and I'm not going to use the terms that our opponents would like us to use. These individuals are young human beings, and we know that because we started out as those young human beings. And we also know that in the concept of equal rights, that if we had a right to continue to exist, then that individual in the womb also has a right to continue to exist. I'm not going to take the time now to address Scripture directly, but I'm sure that your pastors will familiarize you with the Scriptures that come into play. Christianity deals with the idea of loving others, to recognizing the rights and the responsibilities that we have towards our neighbor, for example. And that concept of a neighbor, again, people can wrestle with what it means, but we all know that we have an obligation as Christians to be compassionate, caring people. What I've looked at in the Constitution is where does it specifically say who is named to receive the benefits of the Constitution? The Supreme Court didn't ask themselves that question, and they should have done that. Because the answer is that the U.S. Constitution says that there are two groups who are to receive its blessings. And those two groups are, the first group is ourselves, and the second group is our posterity. Our posterity is all our descendants until the end of time. It's the vision of unborn human beings. Your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren are all the object of what the Constitution in this nation were created to give benefits to. All this is addressed in the videos that we're going to be asking you to carefully examine. We've worked hard on these videos, but they're not the most professional videos out there. So I want you to dismiss, my stammering or searching for words. I want you to concentrate on the message. And that message is that we have the ability to halt all legalized abortions in this country, and we have the ability to do that not only now. If we would have legislators, our current officials that are serving, act responsibly, we could do it immediately. But it's going to take us working together in order to bring this information to those who need to change the policies, and some would say laws. I don't call them laws because they violate the Constitution. The Constitution undeniably names that second group to receive the exact same benefits and protection as ourselves. And so what we're going to be asking all the officials who have taken an oath to support and or defend the United States Constitution is to protect our posterity, our unborn descendants. And if you believe that we are incorrect in that position, that our posterity includes our unborn descendants, then fine. Take the time and try to prove us wrong. But in the meantime, the situation with the law in the United States is that we do not execute someone and then later examine whether they were innocent or guilty. All individuals have the right to continue to exist without being eliminated simply because other people might wish it to happen. We have what's called due process of the law, and currently that's not available to young human beings in the womb. You can help. We need your help. And I'm calling for an immediate moratorium, a halting of all legalized abortions. Whether it's your mayor, your town officials, whether it's at the federal level, they all have taken an oath to support and or defend the Constitution of the United States. I'm betting that we're not such an evil people that we will ignore that second group named in the Constitution. So again, what we're calling for is for officials to prohibit legalized abortion in their jurisdiction as quickly as they can get that done. And it should be a matter of days, really, if they would just act. And they don't have to wait for all other officials to act. They should do it on their own. Why? Because they are the ones that have taken the oath. And they simply need to explain that we cannot allow it because these individuals are protected by the Constitution, and we wouldn't allow that to happen to anyone else who's named in the Constitution to receive its benefits. So I know this is a new concept to many of you, but I believe that the dear Lord did influence the Constitution, and He gave us the ability to protect all good and decent people. And He certainly gave us the ability to protect our unborn descendants. So watch our videos, especially the 3 initial videos that the person that you're dealing with will point out to you as being vital at this particular time. And then we're going to be asking you to take further steps, such as confronting your officials, advising them in writing of what the Constitution says, and insisting that they protect our posterity who are named specifically in the United States Constitution. You can reach us at info@FundamentalHumanRights.Org. You can watch our videos. If you're not dealing with any particular individual, you can watch our videos by going to honorablepeoplehonorablenation.org. You can scroll down 3/4 of the page. In red, you'll see video, and click on the questions such as who's named in the Constitution to receive its benefits, and watch those videos. Stay in contact with us. We need to work together. We can get this done. Our unborn descendants, our posterity, needs us to care enough to protect them, just as we would want others to come to our aid and keep us from being exterminated. God bless you all. I hope you all have a great day, and I hope we can work together to get this done very shortly.
For 43 years since Roe versus Wade, people have focused on the word person when trying to protect young human beings in the womb. People felt forced to do this because the Supreme Court guided everyone away from the real, appropriate question that should have been asked. Was this an intentional misguidance on the part of the Supreme Court? The reality is, the Constitution of the United States does name our unborn descendants to receive the exact same blessings, benefits, and protection as the first group named, which is ourselves. So it is time to concentrate on what we now know the Constitution actually says. The Constitution requires that we recognize, honor, and defend our posterity, and that at minimum includes our unborn descendants, and that is precisely who we are demanding be protected and treated as ourselves. So please, it's important to make it a priority to recontact the individual who contacted you regarding this important information to learn more about how we can protect our posterity.